Hey, my name is Geoffrey, I'm from the U.S. I opened Balderdash maybe 5.5 years ago. So I looked for a very old space, and I found this space in Valkendorf scale 11. And it's historical. At the same time, it used to be the old Vinstu as well. And for me, that was the thing. It was an old Vinstu to, let's modernize the flavors. But we wanted to reflect what's happening in Copenhagen. So we are actually one of the first bars that closed down, because the fact was I didn't know how to see it. I didn't know how to feel about it. I have a lot of people to take care of, not my staff, guests, myself. So I actually closed down, because the fact is I want to make sure that we are okay, and that was part of, I wouldn't say the plan, but that was part of, I think it was the right thing to do at that moment. There's always that situation where you don't know whether you can be operational. So what I did was, in the beginning, I wanted to wait and see. But at that time as well, I was like, what should I do for my business? What should I do for the long term? During around August, I was forced to open, because all the cocktail bars, in my opinion, are marginalized in between all the laws between restaurants, cafes, and next thing you know, you have clubs. We kind of work in between that. So when I did open, I want to make sure that, first of all, I had to rebuild my business plan, in my opinion. We have to talk to renegotiating my contracts with my staff, first and foremost, because there is no certainty that I can provide a job for them. There's one day, maybe one weekend, we might be doing great. The next thing you know, the next weekend, the government will tell us to close at 5 o'clock. The next thing you know, what's the point? I said I am very lucky enough to have Balderdash for a few years. So we actually created, a character or identity towards us. And the way I see it, it's like, I would hate to build a new car, but at least I have the body of the old car. At least I can work on something. And every day I say to myself, it was a lot harder for me to open a new bar with a new thinking and a new, creating identity towards it. But at least now I have something to work on. At the end of the day, is I have to make sure that people who has been taking care of me, I take care of them. Because, if Sprit & Co. or K-Bar, my opinion, go down the drain, I'm next. There got to be a clear strategy from the government in how we deal with things, because every week I'm telling my staff one thing, and next thing you know, the next week happens, I'm telling him the other thing, and it's hard for me as a business owner to kind of like to see the future when things are changing all the time. It would be very, very nice that the government has a clear strategy towards, hey guys, this is what you should do, this is the plan. At 12 o'clock you have to close down. The next thing you know, we will reopen very slowly. You might say 10 o'clock, but people's gonna do it anyways. Is that public domain rule? But let us do our jobs. There's a reason why we get our smiley faces. There's a reason why we get our liquor license. Trust us. We're perceived to be just a place to get drunk and things like that, and that's how the politicians, in my opinion, sees us. I think that's lost in translation with the politicians. This is my life. I'm not just here to fuck people up. I'm here to make sure that they come back the next day, make sure that they get home safely, make sure that they drink good booze. This is our living. 20, 40 years ago, maybe you think we just partied, but no, we are actually doing this as our profession. day in and day out, and we're gonna do it from the early 20s, and we're gonna do it maybe from our late 60s. Copenhagen has been a very saturated market, and we will really see who's the real players, I think. My opinion is we become very flexible as things change every single day, as restrictions change every single week. So my goal right now is very simple. I want to survive at end of 2020 with my staff intact. I want to survive at 2021. I can't see the future, but I hope that it doesn't come to that fact that we're forced to rebuild our cocktail scene again for the next decade or so. This is some form of prohibition, you know, because if you lose it, in order to rebuild it, it took a long time to rebuild, to build the cocktail scene in Copenhagen, and I really don't want to shit on them by giving up. We are laying the foundation for the future drinkers. We're not laying the foundation for now. We are laying the foundation for the future of how people drink in Copenhagen. Yes, we don't make money off it, but we love what we do.